What's up? I'm Joey, and today we're going to speak with someone who's currently in the Sunshine State, California, and his name is Tepper joining us here. What's up, man? How you doing?
I am doing fantastic. Kind of sad that Halloween is over, but the sun's beautiful. And yeah, life's great, man. How you doing?
I'm very well. Funny that you mentioned Halloween. What did you have a chance to dress up? I know you work really hard, so did you actually get to enjoy it?
This Halloween sucked.
Yeah.
This Halloween sucked. I'll give you the first scoop that nobody knows. I'm working on a new album right now that Pierre Bouvier from Simple Plan is helping produce and co-write.
Oh.
So I've been like, yeah, it's crazy, bro. I've been going like full blast right now, album mode, like in the studio all the time, and I'm kind of losing my mind, but in a good way, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, so the answer, I guess, is no Halloween, but you got a little treats from what I can only imagine is your childhood idol, right?
Yeah. I growing up, Simple Plan is so unbelievable, and Pierre Bouvier is such a great singer and songwriter and artist, and I grew up listening to him, and I got one of his CDs from a library when I was poor when I was younger, and I got a CD from a library, and I go to the rock section and I pick up Simple Plan, and I was like, oh, what's this? And I started listening to it, and I was like, holy shit, this is unbelievable. And I've been a fan forever. And then we started chatting and, becoming friends, and we started working together. And he's like, you know what? Chad Tepper's Simple Plan. And I was like, bro, don't mess with me, because I'm gonna cry. And he's like, no, let's do it. And like, little fun fact that I think is so incredible is Simple Plan has never featured on anybody else's music ever. There's never been an artist featuring Simple Plan. That doesn't exist. So to have that is kind of crazy. And then showing him Little Peep and showing him Juice WRLD, and like and I started to play it, and he's like, wait, these guys are massive? And I was like, you've never heard of Juice WRLD, Lil Peep? And he's like, well, I heard of Juice WRLD, but I never really listened to him. And I showed him the music, and he was like, this is so good. He's like, we should make music like this. And I was like, yeah. So it's so weird that like I'm sitting with an absolute icon, and I'm showing him new music that the world already knows.
The marriage of punk and rap, I would say, started from the 90s, which is likely the age that we grew up in, right? Where you had Eminem. At the same time, you had bands like Simple Plan. So for you to do this kind of music, it must feel special. But I think vice versa, it also says a lot about Simple Plan and Pierre, because he's able to somehow do a collaboration with you, and it sounds perfect together.
That means so much, man. That means so much. It's just surreal, like people that have helped you so much in your life, because I listened to him in like middle school and high school when I was a complete loser in high school. Like I got picked on all the time. I was like this skateboarder dude that wrote poetry and played guitar, and like I was a weirdo. I grew up in this small town in Florida where everybody like went hunting and fishing, and I was a vegan. Like very weird. Like I didn't belong there. And his music really helped change my life. And it's so weird now, like I'll get messages from people like, you've changed my life, your music helps me so much, and I don't believe it,
And as an artist, for your music to change people's lives, I mean, that's the best thing that could possibly happen. It's funny that you said you were a skater, you wrote poetry, and you weren't popular. And I think that's because you just grew up in the wrong place, because Pierre Bouvier is from Canada, right? In Montreal. But where I grew up, Vancouver, Canada, those kids were the coolest kids in school.
I know. Literally, that's what Pierre was telling me. He's like, bro, where I grew up, I skateboarded, I played guitar, I wrote poetry, and I played football. And I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Those are like two different worlds colliding. Like,
you get to be yourself, and I think that's what's most important. The most important thing is you get to be yourself and actually have people who you respect like you. As you were saying, you were running with Travie McCoy. You guys did a collaboration. You collaborated with Mod Sun too, right?
Yeah.
And now you're working with Pierre. So of all these friends or even mentors that you've hung out with over the years, what do you think you've learned from every one of them?
Everybody I hang out with, I've always asked them one question. What was the best moment of your life? And I always ask them, if you could redo anything or do something different, what would you do? And I always get the same answer, because I've hung out with Adam Sandler and David Spade and like huge like Taylor Lautner and like the biggest movie stars in the world are like my friends. And it's the same thing with like giant musicians and like have you ever heard of cheat codes before?
Yeah, yes, I've heard all three of them.
Yeah. But the biggest thing that I always hear from these people is this is the thing in life. When you get one thing, you want the next, and then you want the next, and you want the next, and you want the next. It's like, okay, this year I want to make $100,000. But then you make $100,000 and you're like, this isn't enough. I want to make $1 million. And then you're like, I want to make $5 million. And then you're like, you know what? Like, and I was talking to Travie McCoy from Gym Class Heroes, and I was talking to a bunch of people, and they're like, you know, Travie was like, I was at the Grammys performing, and it was so awesome in the moment. But then the next day I was like, okay, what am I doing now? And he's like, you need to slow down and enjoy each achievement and moment and really appreciate it. Because for me, 3 years ago, I was a barista working at a coffee shop, living on a couch. I didn't even have a car. And now I have like my own house. I have 3 cars. I have like, you know, everything I've ever wanted in my life. I have. Like, there's not one thing where I'm like, God, I wish I had that. Like, I have everything I want, except for like the love of my life. That'd be rad, but you know, good luck.
That'll come.
Yeah, that'll come. Yeah, but like, it's so crazy because we don't enjoy the little wins. So if I could give you advice or anybody listening advice, is little wins, bro. You get an A on a test, celebrate. You know, you meet somebody amazing, celebrate it. You reach a goal of hitting 100 followers, celebrate it.
I think people tend to, you know, especially in music, people tend to say that, oh, the strongest emotions are love and hate. No, I think the strongest emotion is regret. So when you don't chase your dreams, like, you're successful now, but you could very well be someone who's just mediocre, sitting in a bar, telling the story about how you at least chased your dream, and it would have made you a whole person. And we're very glad that because of your positive energy, you are about to create something great with a lot of idols of my own. And I can't wait to hear this album. Do you have a release date? End of year? Early next year?
I have 2 really big collabs that are coming out. And then if I end up signing, I'm independent right now, but I might sign to this label. If I sign to this label, I have to put out an album through them. So I want to, bro. My last album came out 2 years ago. So it's people want it. It's time. I have a lot of people in the industry that are like, when are you putting out an album, bro? Like, what the are you doing? Like, I put out a song every month, but they want that fat, you know, stack of music. So,
hey, you do you. And I'm glad to hear that not only do you have an album, possible album, new singles, and perhaps a new record deal on the way. And today we had a chance to, by the way, when you look up Chet Tepper, make sure you spell it Tepper, because Chet Tapper is like a fitness coach, and when I accidentally typed Tapper, I see this guy with like perfect washboard abs, and I'm like, I mean, I'm not complaining, but
I wish maybe I can find a girlfriend there.
Yeah. Chet Tepper, make sure you look up for him on IG, socials, wherever you go, and thank you for connecting with us today. It's been a pleasure.
Nothing but a pleasure, bro. And let's connect, bro. Get my number from my manager, and let's keep in contact, brother.
For sure.
Asia Pop 40.